everyone. Welcome back to Snap, Clap and Learn. Today we are going to talk about components of food. We have learned in our previous session that food is a nutritive substance that helps us to grow, gives energy and protects us from diseases. Food items are made from many ingredients which are called components of food. The components of food are mainly carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins, minerals, water, dietary fibers or roughage. We can divide these components or nutrients into two categories. Macronutrients that include carbohydrates, fats and proteins as they are most essential for our growth. Micronutrients include the vitamins and minerals. These are needed in small amounts but they are also essential for our development. Let us know their importance in detail. First is carbohydrates. These are made up of carbon, oxygen and hydrogen. They are the major source of energy, so they are called as energy giving foods. They are found as starch and sugars in our food. Also, they can give us instant energy. So, if at any point of time we are feeling low, we can have instant energy from things like glucose, chocolate, etc. Some examples for food rich in carbohydrates are rice, bread, chapatis also, potatoes or bananas. 45 to 65% of energy comes from them. How to find out that a food item contains carbohydrates? Take small quantity of food item to be tested and add 2 to 3 drops of iodine solution to it. A blue-black color shows the presence of carbohydrates. Next important nutrient is proteins. They are made up of amino acids. They are important for normal cell structure and function, so called as bodybuilding foods. They help in growth, repair, building bones and muscles in our body. Example of protein-rich food are milk, chicken, nuts, egg, dal and oil seeds. How to find out that a food item contains proteins? Take paste of the food item in a clean test tube. Add few drops of water and shake it. Use a dropper to add 2 drops of copper sulfate solution and 10 drops of caustic soda solution. Again shake it and let it stand for a few minutes. A violet color shows the presence of protein in the food item. Fats. Fats are made up of carbon and hydrogen. They help our body to absorb some vitamins. They provide us more energy than carbohydrates, so are also called as energy giving foods. Example of fat-rich food are fish, cheese, butter, nuts, chocolates, etc. We should take fats in limited amounts. Why? As they can cause many health problems like obesity, heart problems and many more. To test for fats, take a small quantity of food item. Wrap it in a paper and crush it. Open the paper and let it dry in sunlight. An oily patch on the paper shows the presence of fat in the food item. Vitamins. Vitamins are organic components. They help us to grow and maintain our good health even if taken in small amounts. They protect our body from diseases, so are called protective foods. They also help us to keep our bones, eyes, teeth and gums healthy. Vitamins are of two types, fat soluble and water soluble. Fat soluble vitamins are stored in fat tissues and liver in our body. They are vitamin A, D, E and K. Water-soluble vitamins don't get stored in our body. They remain in the blood. They are vitamin B and C. What are the uses of different vitamins? Vitamin A. It promotes growth and vision. Its sources are butter, egg yolk, milk, carrot, etc. Vitamin D. It helps the body to absorb calcium and phosphorus to form bones and teeth. Its sources are fish liver oil, milk, eggs, and its biggest source is sunlight. Whenever we have vitamin D deficiency, doctors tell us to sit in the sunlight. So sunlight is the major source. Vitamin E. It prevents the oxidation of vitamin. Its sources are meat, milk, whole wheat, etc. Vitamin K. It helps in clotting of blood during injuries. Its sources are cabbage, spinach, leafy vegetables. Vitamin B complex. It is composed of many vitamins. It is needed for a healthy brain, nerves and muscles. Its sources are wheat, rice and liver. Vitamin C. It helps fight diseases like the common cold. Its sources are oranges, tomatoes, lemons, guavas, etc. Minerals are also needed in small amounts in our body for growth and good health. They are found in table salt, green vegetables and fruits. Minerals are also of two types. Macro minerals like calcium, phosphorus, magnesium, sodium, potassium, chloride and sulfur, they are needed in larger amounts. Micro minerals like iron, manganese, copper, iodine, zinc, cobalt, fluoride and selenium are needed in very small amounts. Let us see the uses of some important minerals. Calcium. It is required for strengthening bones and teeth, blood clotting and muscle contraction. Its sources are milk, meat, eggs, fish, pulses, vegetables, etc. Iron. It is required for forming hemoglobin. Its sources are green leafy vegetables, liver, etc. Phosphorus. It is required for strengthening bones and teeth, for production of ATP during cellular respiration and conduction of nerve impulses. We can find it in milk, meat, eggs, fish, pulses, vegetables, etc. Iodine. It is required for proper working of thyroid gland. Now, you should find out the uses of other minerals. We all know that our body is made up of 50 to 75% water. It helps us to get rid of waste products from our body as urine and sweat. It helps to absorb nutrients from the food. It helps in regulating our body temperature. Water helps to lubricate the joints, helps to fight against infection and helps to improve our memory. And from where do we get water? Normally, we get most of the water that our body needs from the liquids we drink such as water, milk, etc. and also the food we eat like fruits, vegetables, etc. We can live without food for 2-3 weeks, but without water, 3-4 days only. Last component comes roughage or dietary fibers. We get these mainly by plant products. It does not provide any nutrient to our body, but it is an essential component of food. It helps us to get rid of undigested food. We get roughage from whole grains and pulses, potatoes and fruits and vegetables. What will happen if we eat any one component of food that we like the most. Let's say I like butter. So if I eat only butter full day, what will happen? It can cause us many diseases. About this, we will learn in our next videos. The food that we normally eat is called our diet. But when we eat all the components of food cooked properly in right amount, it is called a balanced diet. We can check whether our diet is balanced or not by these two diagrams. So, we got to know in today's session about the various components of food, the healthy quantity of nutrients that should be present in our diet, how to test their presence in food, and what is balanced diet. Let us have some brain work for you. Identify which components you had consumed in your breakfast, lunch and dinner today and make a list of it. Did you achieve balanced diet according to the food pyramid? If not, how can you make changes in your lifestyle so that it can be achieved? Take any of your food item and check for the presence of fat in it. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share our channel. You know how to subscribe. Let's learn more interesting things in our next session. Bye.